So in today's video, I'll be teaching you how to sew your own off-shoulder dress with elastic rubber band at the neck area and the arm area. So I'll be needing my tape rule, fabric scissors, chalk, and we'll be using 1 yard of this beautiful African print. So let's get started. First, we'll fold our Ankara. So I fold my Ankara into two. I fold into two. I fold again. So I have 4. So I have 4 folds. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's my fold points. So the first thing I'll do is that I'll get my length, the length of my blouse. I'll start with, okay, let me just going to be my start line. I'll use this as my start line, and then I'll take my length measurements. I'll be working with length 28. You can make yours 24, you can make 25, you can make it longer depending on your preference. I'll be making this 28. I'm starting from 5 because it's an off-shoulder top. So that's why I'm starting from 5. And then my length 26. I will then add 2 inches because I'll be adding my rubber 1 inch, and then I'll be folding by 1 inch. So that's why I have 28 at the end of the day. So mark my 28. So when I do that, the next thing I'll do is that I would come this way. I measure 3 inches to take care of my armhole. I'll come in and measure 3 inches, and then I come down this way. I do 5 inches, and then I have to curve. So from here, I would measure I'll use the biggest part of my measurement. If your bust is the biggest part, if it is your hip, for this cloth I'm sewing bust, I'm using bust 44, and for the hip I'm using hip 48. So hip 48 divided by 4, that's 12. 12 plus 2 inches, that is 14. So I have 2 inches. So the next thing is I'll cut it to make sure it's well folded, and then I'll cut. So I'll also cut the arm. So this side I'll just trim here a little. We're going to put our elastic at this point, and then we'll join a sleeve to it. So here I'll just slash here open, and then I'll set it aside, and then we'll cut the sleeve of our dress. So here's the remaining fabric after removing the up. Here's the remaining fabric. So the same thing, I would pick my tape rule, and then I'll measure 3 inches, same way I measured while I was cutting the bodies. 3, and then I come down by 5, and then I draw. So I'm going to be attaching this to the bodies, that's the sleeve side, and then you see what I'll be doing. I'll trim off these parts. I'm also putting rubber at this fold, this edge. I'll be putting rubber here as well. and then I'll join this to the bodice. Just watch what I'm doing and then you get it. Just watch what I'm doing. So that's the sleeve. You can see, very simple. You can make yours too. So this is my sleeve and this is the body. So I'm going to open up the bodice and then I'll take in 1 inch. I'll take in 1 inch here down, and here I'll take in 1 inch. I'll do the same thing with the sleeve as well. Bring it apart. You should always indicate the wrong side so that when you're sewing you don't make mistake. So I'll also do the same thing. I'll open it up and then I'll sew 1 inch this way down, and then this one also I'll turn it to the wrong side and I'll also take 1 inch. So let me sew it and then I'll show you. So as you can see, I've pinned it up. I've pinned it up both sides. I've pinned up the both sides. So here is the entire dress. So now I'll take it to the sewing machine and I'll sew along this line. I'll sew this way. I'll sew, and then I'll do the same thing at the other side. I'll equally sew it this way, like that. I'll sew like that to the end, and I'll show you what it looks like. See, as you can see, I've sewn it round. That's around the armpit area, and I did it here too. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold here so that I can insert my rubber. So you're going to just do something like this. You can fold a little at first and then you fold it according to the size of rubber you're using, but I'm using this size of rubber. So I'll make sure I leave a little space for ease. Can you see? Just little space for ease. So I'll fold it this way, and then you can use your pin. Just try and open up the stitch area. Try and open it up so that the rubber can pass through easily. Then I fold, then you can check it with your rubber. If you are okay with it, then you pin it to hold it in place. Just pin it to hold it in place. I'll pin it around. Just pin it around to hold it in place. See what I'm doing? Just pin it. You fold it a little at first, and then you do that, and then you secure it with your pin. So while you're sewing, you remove the pin. So I'll do everything round. That's round the neck. You can see with the sleeve I've joined everything. So I'll take it to the sewing machine, and then I'll just sew. I'll just stitch there, and then I'll leave a little space where I would insert my rubber. So I'll show you once I'm done. Okay, so here I left space. I've taped it round. You can see, taped it all round. So here is it. So I left the space where I will insert my rubber. I'll be inserting my rubber through this place. Also, I finished up the sleeve as well. I left the space where I will insert my rubber, and I did the same thing here. I left the space. I'll be inserting my rubber through this space. So this is how we're going to go about putting the rubber. So I will insert. I'll use my pin, a safety pin, and then I do this way. So the first thing I will do is that my round shoulder, taking my round shoulder. So here is how to take the round shoulder measurements. You just pass your tip round the shoulder, and that's it. For this one, I'll be using 47. So I'll then subtract 4 inches from 47. I'll use it as my rubber measurement. You know, it shouldn't be too tight. It shouldn't maybe too tight or too free. If it's too free, it will fall off. If it's too tight, it won't stay on your shoulder. It will be coming up. So the best thing is to make it free. So you just take 4 inches away from your round shoulder measurement. So I'm taking 4 inches away from 47. I have 43, so I'll be using 43 for the round shoulder. I'll equally measure the wrist as well. I'm using 43. So here is 43 for the round shoulder. So I'll cut it and then I'll pass it through the space I already left for it. Pass it through the space like so. So just keep passing it until I get to the end of the rubber. So as you can see, I've closed the rubber. You can see I place it on top of each other. You see. So and then you do this, pull it in so it can go round. Remember, I folded in by 1 inch. You fold in by 1 inch. We left the 1 inch allowance while we're cutting. So you just draw it using your round shoulder measurement minus 4 inches. That will be the size of your rubber. So I want to ensure it goes in. So I keep pulling. So can you see? So the next thing I'm going to do, I'll take it to the sewing machine and then I'll draw it and then I'll close up this gap. I'll close it up. The same thing for the sleeve also. I'll pull it and then I'll sew it down. And that's okay. So here is the finished work.